Hello everyone, it's David Hayden, out and about again on this September 26, 2017. Today, I'm at the Cow Creek Trailhead in the Rocky Mountain National Park. About to hike in 1.4 miles and go to Rabbit Ears. So right here is where we're starting. It's 1.2 miles. We'll join Cow Creek, and my campsite's to the south of it somewhere. I've never been here before, so I can't wait to see what it looks like. Bridal Veil Falls, 3.2 miles. That's one of the sites that I hope to take in on this hike. Kind of starts off on this dirt road. I didn't mention, I don't know if you can see it because of the glare, we had to pass through this McGraw Ranch to get to the trail. Apparently that's a research center, and some cabins provided to people that come out here and just check on the natural resources of the land. Here we go. My first real glimpse of Cow Creek. I'll be drinking some of that water later on, and man, I tell you, it looks good already. Good and clear. Coming up on some signposts here. Let's see what this is all about. Balanced Rock, Gem Lake, been to Gem Lake, and Lumpy Ridge Trailhead. All right, we want to stay on the Cow Creek Trail. I hear you up there. You stop fussing at me. I was not expecting this to happen. Normally I'm kind of slow. The trail description indicated that it was 1.4 miles to the campsite. Rabbit Ears. I've only been at this for 45 minutes and we're here already. Wow, that's going to give me the rest of the day to go check out these waterfalls. But first, let's check out the campsite. All right, there's my bridge crossing across Cow Creek. And this is where I'll be coming to get all that yummy water I've been talking about. Oh yeah, this is going to have great access to it. Okay, let's continue on and find out where we're supposed to set up camp. Okay, so this is the trail we just came up. I've already been up here and dropped my backpack. done a little preliminary scouting around, but this is the actual campsite. And I'm not really seeing a whole lot of options as far as trees go. These two are way too close together. You know, I retired my tent and I sleep in a hammock now. This would be an ideal spot to set up a tent, but I don't have one. So I say to myself, okay, well, let me just walk off over here in these trees and see what I can find. And it didn't take me long. I found this sign: restoration area, stay off. So I'm gonna have to do something else. But in the meantime, let's check out this luxurious privy accommodations. This campsite, Rabbit Ears, gets its name from a rock formation that's supposed to look like rabbit ears. That would have to be it. It looks just like a bunny. Because just beyond it is this other rock formation that's visible. That definitely does not look like a bunny. These rocks right here in the campsite itself don't look like a bunny. And I noticed if I walk off over in this area just a little bit, you get a pretty good view of this mountain or rock or whatever off on the other side. So yeah, this one back over here would have to be the Rabbit Ears. Yeah, this is the silver marker, so you're supposed to camp as close to it as you can get. But yeah, I don't really see that happening, so they might have to make allowances for me. But like I said, we're gonna check out the privy. Ain't that something? Got a little outhouse symbol on it. Ain't that cute? Let's go on over here and see what it looks like. The privy, by the way, just in case you've not watched any of my other videos and don't know, that's the bathroom. This site does have a pit toilet, and I've seen some of them in the park before. Sometimes they have a little fence kind of area enclosing them somewhat, and others do not. And it would appear that this one does not. It is seriously just a toilet seat in the middle of the woods. Oh yeah, we're not gonna look in there too much, but yep, there you go. That's what you get. You can't beat that. Well, it took me a little scouting around to find some suitable trees to put the hammock between. The campsite is, I don't know, down there somewhere. I kind of came uphill and found the perfect spot, or the perfect trees. They're the exact right distance apart. That's, of course, is the tarp over the hammock. Let me show you. Oh, I tripped on a tree root. The hammock underneath, the under quilt, the bug screen. Oh yeah, life is good. And to make matters even better, I got this little flat area right here and boulders nearby. This one's relatively level. I can set my stove up there tonight and boil some water, make me a meal. I brought my hot water bottle with me this time. I'm gonna fill it up and stick it in the sleeping bag with me. Life should be good. I think the low is supposed to get down to about 35 degrees tonight. That's gonna be a good test for that hot water bottle and under quilt and everything. Now that camp is set up, it's time to hit the trail again and go check out Bridal Veil Falls. back across the old footbridge here, and we'll be on our way. But first, I want to check out this little waterfall action. Oh yeah, that's nice. Back on the trail now, headed toward Bridal Veil Falls. And I had to stop and admire the scenery. The weather forecast kept changing. They couldn't make up their mind if it was going to rain, snow, or what. And it turned out to be a beautiful, bright, sunshiny day. Man, it just don't get no luckier than that. Coming up on another trail intersection here, and a sign. You know how I am about these signs. Bridal Veil Falls, only another 1.2 miles. Peregrine, or however you pronounce that. That's another campsite that was kind of like my second choice. I was really hoping to get rabbit ears, which I did, because it was only 1.4 miles. How's that for laziness? But if we had to have went 2 miles to Peregrine, I was prepared to do that too. Continuing on the Bridal Veil Falls trail, I see some steps up ahead. This trail's not supposed to be real steep though. But I couldn't help but stop right here and admire this for just a few minutes. That's a big rock. You know how I am about my rocks. Rocks and signs. I've taken pictures of a lot of them. This is a really nice trail though. The whole thing has been fantastic. And I've met, I don't know, a couple of different groups of people. And everybody's just so friendly. You know, I have this theory that mean people don't go hiking. Only nice guys. That is a pretty big tree. It doesn't compare to the redwoods out in California, but still, for Colorado, that's one of the bigger ones that I've seen, at least. All right, another little footbridge here. I guess maybe sometimes the water flows through here. It ain't flowing today, but that's all right. I'm gonna cross it anyway. I hear some water up ahead. Not waterfall kind of water, but just the creek again. All right. continuing on. I simply had to stop and video this because all the trail hiking I've done along creeks and stuff, this is the first time I've ever seen one with a dead fish in it. I've seen a lot of live ones, but that's the first dead one. Just in case you're wondering, this is not Bridal Veil Falls. It just happens to be a pretty neat little waterfall along the way. And that pool that it's flowing into looks kind of deep. But I ain't getting in it. It's cold. This is a cool section of trail. The aspen leaves, in some cases, are already starting to fall off. Every time the wind blows, I get rained down on by them. But that's all right. That's what they're supposed to do. That would be a fun little waterfall to slide down. This is turning out to be one really fun hike. Of course, most of them are. But this is sweet. Well, I just met another couple on the trail. I've bumped into, I don't know, 4 or 5 groups of people today now. And every one of them kind of offers some advice if you've never been here before. Apparently there is a very big rock and you kind of lose sight of the trail. I've been advised to climb over the rock and this last couple just told me no, just veer to the left, the trail goes around it. So we'll find out what the real story is when we get there. But this is kind of cool, a hitching post for horses. So apparently you can ride horses up to this point at least. In fact, it says right there, no horses beyond this point. But it's pretty neat that they provide them with a place to tie them up, and then you can just continue on to the falls on foot. Well, this is undoubtedly that big rock everybody has been talking about, because they say it's kind of smooth and you can just go right up it. This other couple suggested veering to the left and going around. But this don't look too ridiculous. I think I'm gonna go up it. Okay, well, it turns out I didn't have to come real far, only about 10 feet up, and I see this little trail that veers off to the left, like that last couple just told me about. So instead of taking a chance on slipping and sliding down that thing, I think I am going to take their advice. This looks more like the trail anyway. So yeah, here we go. I just hopped across these rocks to come over here and get this center view of Bridal Veil Falls. Well, I've strung up one of my small tarps up over my camp chair. The idea is to put the backpack in the chair, keep it raised up off of the ground and covered in case it rains tonight. Because as beautiful as today was, the skies are turning cloudy. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I am going to go fill my old-timey water bottle up in the creek and get it ready for boiling. That's a secret I learned some time back. Put a hot water bottle in your hammock, or in your sleeping bag rather, and it'll keep you warm all night long, or for many hours anyway. We're gonna find out. You know, just hanging around the campsite and waiting for it to get dark so I can turn in and go to bed. So I was just wandering around a little bit, and I couldn't help but notice this tree, and I hope it shows up in the video. See how blue it looks versus these green ones over here? There's another smaller one to the right, and it's just underneath a big green one. That is really neat, especially to see it in person. I don't know if you can see through the distance that the blue tarp, and maybe the other, my camp is way over there. They tell you have to take 70 adult paces and then come hide your food. And you're also required to carry a bear canister. So that's my bear canister, and I've walked 70 paces over here to hide it behind this rock. And I just noticed just 5 paces from it what appears to be some dookie full of berries. Now, I'm not an expert, but that kind of makes me think it might be a bear. Oh boy. I suppose I could have told you this first so you'd know what was going on. This was my plan, to start right here at the Cow Creek Trail at McGraw Ranch and follow it, obviously, down here to Rabbit Ears. And of course, that's what I did. And set up camp, and then keep on trucking. You go past that Peregrine campsite and go up here to Bridal Veil Falls. So now that that's been accomplished and I'm back at the campground, you know, I now made it back. Tomorrow, I was thinking once I hike from Rabbit Ears back to the Cow Creek trailhead and drop the backpack off at the car, thinking about going up the North Boundary Trail and then branching off over here and going seeing West Creek Falls. So that'll be coming soon. I think what I'm gonna do is probably break this up into 2 videos so it's not real long and bore you to tears. So be on the lookout for that West Creek Falls hike. It'll be coming up soon. Good morning, everyone. It's David Hayden on day number 2 on this Rocky Mountain adventure of mine. Yesterday we went up and hit Bridal Veil Falls, and today, with any luck, we're going to make West Creek Falls. I moved all the gear. I mostly got the backpack already packed. I didn't think you'd want to see that. We did get a little light rain last night, so I have my tarps laid out, so hopefully when the sun comes out, it'll dry those off. And then I can pack up and get out of here, because I don't know if somebody else has this spot for today or not. But I got some water heating up. Ooh-wee. I'm about to drink me a cup of coffee or 2, and then hit the trail on out of here. Take the backpack to the car, and I'll be able to ditch it, because the North Boundary Trail pretty much starts right there. And then I'll hit the North Boundary Trail and take off to West Creek Falls. All right, this will be my last look at Rabbit Ears for this trip. I've got everything packed up now. The backpack is loaded and ready to roll, and so am I. Taking a last look around, make sure I haven't left anything. Coffee was terrible. The sun won't come up. I had to put my tarp up wet, but that's all right. I'll dry it out when I get home. So here we go. Okay, so I'm on the trail now, headed back. Cow Creek Trailhead, only 1.2 miles left to go. And I'm just looking around, enjoying the scenery of this trail, and I hope this shows up. Look at the clouds in the mountains. It's 9:30 in the morning, so I guess maybe the dew point is just where it needs to be or something. But Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, I've made it back to the parking lot and to the car. Woo, the backpack is in the car, and I'm about to put on these tennis shoes. Take these hiking boots off. They're comfortable, but tennis shoes are better. Well, I hate to tell you this, but I have about decided it's very overcast. I think rain is in the forecast for today. And I was really hoping it'd be another bright, sunshiny day, but that ain't happening, and don't look like. So now I'm kind of thinking I may just wait and come back and go do that North Boundary Trail in West Creek Falls when it is bright and sunny. So, you know, that's not an overnight hike. That's just a little day trip. I can come do that anytime. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's going to be the end of the video, the end of this hike. But you know what? It was a lot of fun nonetheless. I had a great time. And on the side note, that hot water bottle, whoo, when I went to bed, I slipped that thing in my backpack. I was sweating. I was hot. Oh, wow. That worked out great.